Hi guys, and welcome back to the garage. It's been a wee bit of time since I was last here and doing a wee bit of recording. I have been back and forward to the garage doing a wee bit of this and a wee bit of that. Some of the stuff that I won't mention I've been doing on other bikes, but back to the main bike that we've been working on this winter really, is the xj900s diversion. And what I did was I got some graphics to put them on the side, try and break up the wee white bit a bit on the front. I'll let you see that actually. So there we are, we've got the stickers there just to make it look a wee bit better, and I'm not entirely sold on them, and I'll tell you why. One, I'm not sure they look good because this one's at more of an angle really slightly than the other side, but they seem to just be peeling off at the edges, and I keep sticking this whole bit down, it coming up with bubbles. They might not be staying. I'll be honest, I'll probably end up peeling these back off at some point because they're no 100%, we'll say. We'll just say that. But yeah, there is another couple of wee jobs that I've been doing. I've looked out, I've mentioned this before, but the levers there, they don't match. I've got a silver one on that side, a carbon one on the other. And when I was at the other garage, I did look out a different set, just so that I've got them both the same on each side. However, I've not brought them to this garage with me, so that'll be a job for another day. I did also look into getting the caps for the top of the mirrors, and that's just in here. What it is, it just hides the bolt, just makes it look a wee bit tidier, I think, really. But what I decided was I went online and I was looking for new mirrors for the xj900, and I thought, you know, I want to kind of keep the originality of the bike, and I don't want to have different shaped mirrors or anything on this. So what I've opted to do is, I did think about taking the mirrors off the Virago, popping them on this bike, but I've got new mirrors for the Virago, and I'm just going to use the wee cappy bits off of that bike onto these mirrors, and I'll tidy these up again. They might need the arms painted and stuff like that, but I'll worry about that at a later date. For now though, I've got the back brake all connected. I think I bled that up the last video, but the more I've been looking at the bike, the more I've been thinking, you know, it might be worth dropping the suspension and actually changing it from a red spring to that bluey colour. So went to our local Halfords, and I bought this. And it's quite a close match actually. Let me show you. I've got one of the braces off of the bike at the moment. So it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's so close that, you know, it's easier just to go and buy a can off the shelf than have to get a tin of paint made up. So I can live with that, you know. Let me know what you think in the comments, if it's close enough or not. But for me, it'll certainly do. So hopefully when you actually spray something with that paint, it looks like the lid, because I have had that in the past where I buy a tin of paint, I think the lid colour looks perfect, but when you actually apply it to something and let it dry, the colour never matches the lid, if you know what I mean. So hoping it works out with that one. We'll wait and see. I'll keep you updated on that. But I think one of the key things to do is, sometimes paint looks different depending on its underlying coat. So when you paint a colour on top of what has been gloss black or whatever, it'll look different to how it would look if you applied it to a grey primer. So bearing that in mind, I also picked up a grey primer. This is an etching primer, and it's kind of forgiving with the fact that when I've used it in the past, it's taken away some of the sort of underlying scratches, and it kind of fills it out, but it helps the paint to stick as well. So yeah, we'll use that. I've also got, since we're on about the paints, I've got the silver. They actually sell the paints differently now. So previously when I bought the silver from Halfords, it was a Vauxhall Vectra colour, which matched the car that I was driving at the time. I think it was called Sterling Silver or something like that. But now they sell the paints by a code number rather than a vehicle type. So yeah, I've just gone for one that I think's close to how it should look. So we're going to concentrate on getting the there's Connie just joining us in the lock up there, guys. So yeah, I'm just going to concentrate on getting the swinging arm all tidied up and a wee bit of paint applied and that as well, so that we can start using the bike really. So Connie's job just now, guys, is very important job.
Very important.
Very important. Right, so the valve caps, that's it loose now, Connie, for you.
Oh, okay.
Right, so this is something that we've done before on other bikes. And it's little dice valve caps. Not to everybody's taste, but me and Connie like them, don't we?
Yeah.
So that's that. Right guys, so as you can see I've been painting these wee brackets here, and that's the brackets that go onto this bit here, and they hold the luggage rails. You can also see that we've started removing, me and Connie have taken the bodywork off the back, and at some point tomorrow we'll come and get the under tray removed, and that will allow us into the swinging arm. Right guys, so the next thing to do here is take off this back wheel. It's just this nut here, and then obviously you've got a pinch bolt at the other side there, as you can see. So we'll get this wheel removed and then we'll have a wee look at how bad this swinging arm is. It does look a bit crusty, so we'll try and give it a wee bit of a treatment. So that could do a bit of grease anyway. That's a bit tight in there because of the powder coat. Yeah. I'll maybe give that a wee bit of sand in as well. So this linkage needs a bit of a spray black as well, because it's a bit, obviously a bit scraped up in that. It's been a few years since that was tidied up.
I take your blue bar, torsion bar off, because you're going to hit it when we knock the wheel off.
Should be able to just rock the wheel off. That's it. Right, so I've actually parked my van at the lock-up door. I've got some power now. I'll get this Dremel plugged in. And it should allow me to see how bad and crusty this actually is. You know, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was. So we'll get the worst of it off with this Dremel, and then I'll get in with some sandpaper. I don't know if it's going to need a bit of filler. I'll probably get away with getting this down to bare metal, give it a good primer coat, and then I'll leave it to dry for some time before I put a top coat on it. So as you can see guys, we've got the primer all sitting, starting to dry, and we'll get some silver on there. Just trying to combat the rusty bit on the inside areas of the swinging arm for now. Later on in the summer months we'll get this dropped properly and do it right, get the whole thing done. At that point we'll do the linkages and the suspension. Right, so it's starting to dry guys. I mean, it's not as good as it could be, let's be honest, but it's tidier than it was. So I'll just leave it to dry for another 20 minutes or so, and I'll go and get grease for the spindle. I'll start putting it all back together. Right guys, so we are, as you can see, back together. My hands got sore because they were cold. I stopped filming. I got to the point where I just wanted to get it back together. As you can see, it's now done. It's looking okay actually. So the next thing to do will be fire her up and take her out on a wee test run. And before we end this video here, guys, I thought, you know, I'll get it out in the daylight. It's a miserable day, but we'll get it out in the daylight and let you see how she's looking. And you know, I'm quite pleased. I did take a few shortcuts here today, but like I say, she's all ready to roll. I'll probably get her out in the next couple of days or so. But it's been a most enjoyable little winter project, and I wouldn't say she was a neglected bike, but she did need a little bit of attention, let's put it that way. And the little blue bits that we did on the luggage rails there, they actually look okay. I know they're painted and nut powder coated, but you actually look at the bike as a whole, it all ties in quite nicely. Anyway guys, I'd like to just end this video here, so I'm going to thank you all for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.